adversity can help us be more resilient and certain circumstances can influence our happiness. But should we be forcing ourselves to appreciate the smaller things in life? As author James Innes-Smith claims that making ourselves... I'm sorry, go on then.
There's quite a lot of adversity working on this
programme. Try and deal with adversity, Susanna, when I read your lines. Go on.
Yeah.
Well, go on then.
Let's pipe down for a moment.
Crack on.
Oh.
Author James Innes-Smith claims that making ourselves endure hardship is the key to happiness, and taking modern-day comforts for granted is actually contributing to poor mental health.
Everything comes back to mental health, doesn't it? Well, James joins us now alongside broadcaster Darryl Morris, who says you should walk away from anyone who thinks they need to endure hardship before feeling a sense of gratitude.
Very good morning to you both. James, what are you talking about?
Well, there's an old North Country expression that says, if you don't know you're born.
Right.
And I've always been accused of that. You know, you don't know you're born, I say, but, well...
Because we've all got it too good.
Yeah, if you don't know you're born, you don't know you're alive. And we lose perspective. And, you know, we need to be reminded every now and then that, you know, we do have it pretty good.
Yeah.
And that we should appreciate stuff.
Some people have it pretty good.
Some people, of course, not everybody, but I mean...
You're suggesting that you, in some way, deprive yourself of home comforts, food, nice surroundings.
Yeah.
You sort of want to punish yourself in a self-flagellation sort of way. And then when you come out of that, like a sort of monk, you say, oh, look how wonderful the world is. Is that the theory?
I mean, it's not quite that
Beautifully phrased, but...
Yeah, I am... Here's my hair shirt.
Yeah, exactly. It's all
I think it's a little early for Susanna to be waxing lyrical about self-flagellation. It can never be too early.
No, I'm not a sadist or a masochist, whatever it is. But I do believe that if you did make little changes in your life, like depriving yourself of a meal, then you appreciate the next meal that much better.
Totally agree with you.
Good boy.
Darryl thinks you're a psychopath.
Darryl, my view is we've all gone way too soft, right?
Yeah.
This is the most pampered generation of all time.
Yeah.
Actually, statistically, it's the best time to ever be alive.
Yeah.
Fewer wars, less poverty, etc., etc. Living healthier, living longer. We should all be quite happy about lives.
But
the
we
reason
don't
we're not
appreciate it.
is that we are too pampered. You know, we can't even have people losing at school in sport because they might get too upset. We've gone too snowflakey.
And yet, as you say, things are so great. And I think this plays into the part of the problem here. And what I talk about when I say it leads into psychopathy and sociopathy, etc., is that if you have to replicate and simulate the idea of feeling pain in order to feel gratitude, that's a fundamental flaw with your human
go to the
condition.
gym?
I don't.
You look quite fit. You go to the gym?
Thank you. No, I don't.
Why do you think people go to the gym?
I think they go to the gym to release endorphins.
Yeah, let me tell you why I go to the gym. I hate the gym. I hate everything about it.
Yeah.
Right, the gym to me is the enemy.
Yeah.
Right, every excruciating minute I'm in any time of gym work, I loathe and detest it. However, at the end of it, I feel better.
Right.
And I am better. I feel healthier, I am healthier.
This
is surely the point.
That's chemical effect on your body.
I'm putting myself through hardship for better gain.
Yeah, it's something different, though, isn't it? Because that's obviously a chemical reaction that's happening in your body. The best example that I could find of this was The Secret Millionaire. Do you remember The Secret Millionaire?
Yeah.
Where a very wealthy businessman would go into a deprived area, for example, spend 2 weeks in a bedsit, in a damp, horrible conditions, eating beans for breakfast, and would come out of the other end of it appreciating the fact that people live that way. I think that's really bad. I think that if our business leaders...
Why?
Well, I'm going to tell you why. I think that if our business leaders and our political leaders and our decision-makers cannot feel that empathy from within, if that is not a part of their human condition, that's a problem.
Let me tell you something.
That should be a fundamental...
Have you got kids?
I don't know.
OK, so I was having this conversation the weekend with a few people who've just started having kids, babies and so on, and I've got 4 kids. And I said, you know what will change most in your life? When you have your own kids, news stories about kids being hurt or abused or lost or killed, they suddenly resonate with you in a completely different way. It's the empathy that comes from life experience. And all the things I think you're talking about, hardship or stuff you just go through, they give you a greater degree of empathy. And it's normally the bad stuff, actually, which can often give you far more empathy than good stuff. So the premise of your argument, I understand it. I just think it's completely
but we
wrong.
don't have to see bad things happening to appreciate.
No, my point is you feel a higher degree of empathy if you do personally have experience.
And my issue isn't with that, actually. I think there's a great deal of truth in that. My issue is with the desire and the need to replicate it. If you need to replicate it in your life in order to feel that...
But I don't think you're saying that, are you?
I think to get empathy for other people, you need to be able to experience hardship yourself. So you have to know what it feels like to be hungry or to feel cold. And then you can
come on, we can all appreciate how the suffering of other people without forcing ourselves to go through it.
I think I'm talking about our own perspective, so we can, our own fulfilment. We gain much more, we feel much better about ourselves when we've experienced, when we know what it's like to feel pain.
And all of those things are part of the human condition. They are built into us. And I'll give you an example. So I'm watching The Crown at the moment, which is a brilliant series. I've just started it. I'm on the first couple of episodes, and the first couple of episodes of The Crown are about a young monarch coming to terms with the weight of the responsibility. I'm a working-class lad from Bolton. This is about the most powerful day of my life here, right?
Congratulations.
Thank you, Piers. I appreciate the offer to be here. And I can understand, I can appreciate that. I can exercise compassion and empathy and understanding, and I can find, I can exercise, I can use the human condition.
I get it. But here's the problem. Here's the other problem with your premise. It's this thing back to participation prizes at school. Unless kids learn how to lose when they lose, the real world's going to be doubly shocking, and in fact is doubly shocking.
So, James, your point is
hence
we're
the
winning.
rise and all the anxiety.
A lot of people are winning every day. The
All
point
must have prizes is a terrible thing for children. Terrible, appalling way for them to learn about
real life
and real life.
Real life's about winning and losing. You'll win some, you lose some. You never lose at school. What preparation is that for the real world?
Well, but I also think it's a nonsense to suggest that people aren't losing.